Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining me. Most of you who have been following me will notice that this is not my living room today. I'm actually currently sitting in the card reading nook at Crystal Cave in South River, and this is where I am during the week and on weekends, during the week on Wednesdays and Fridays, and on weekends. So I'm just didn't get around to doing the reading this morning at home, so I brought everything here to do. So I'm going to continue with the same patterns as I have been doing since I started doing these in the new year. And I'm going to begin the 4 card reading with I gotta see here, with the Mystic Bliss deck. And that is the first deck that I created. Mystic Bliss, for those of you who are new, is a deck that I created while I was going through many changes and transforming my life. So it's called the Change and Transformation deck. And I do use the jumpers as I'm shuffling, the ones that stick to my hands. So Mystic Bliss often is the card that triggers the information about what needs to be shifted, what needs to be adjusted. And the card that, oh, the card that comes up is I Am Strength. The message of I Am Strength is a reminder that everything you need is already within. So it says power comes from within. And it is a reminder that we are, I mean, some people will recognize that this is very similar to a card that would be in the tarot for the Empress. And there's a very good reason for that, is that is one of the inspirations for this card. So the message, if you're into tarot, you can look that up, the Empress. But for my mystic card messages, it is talking about going within, trusting that what, pardon me, is already inside you is what you need, and it is perfect as is. So trust your strength, trust in your knowing, and be aware that you are strong and complete. When I created the Mystic Bliss deck, I didn't have suits, and it was just a matter of whatever I was inspired to create and talk about. So it's interesting that I did fashion some of the cards more on the tarot because that's what I was studying at the time. And when you're in the middle of something, you can be very heavily influenced in some of the other areas of life. So it's not that the tarot was a too much of a challenge or anything for me, or that I didn't like it. It just felt that I needed to create something a little bit different, which is how these cards were born. Now, the second deck that I'm going to pull from is actually the second deck that I created for this series, and that is the Mystic Journey cards. Mystic Journey is the Sacred Feminine, Maiden, Warrior, Mother, and Crone. And there's 11 of each of those. So 11 in the suits. Maiden being air, and creativity, imagination. Warrior being fire and passion, and mother being water, healing and nurturing, and crone being wisdom and depth. And we have a maiden card. This card, you'll notice this alchemic symbol in the corner is a representation of air. And inasmuch as that is also in the East, we're talking about intuitive connection, spiritual enlightenment. And I Am Innocent is the 7th card of the deck. And if you're into numerology, please consider the option to expand and look at number 7 in angel numbers or numerology. Lots of good information on number 7 and how it can connect to your reading and reaction to this reading today. Now, I Am Innocent is also about forgiving yourself and knowing that a lot of the things that we carry heavy energy around no longer needs to be a part and can be refreshed in our energy. The door and the arch are two symbolic elements that I want to speak about with regards to this card. The door does speak about opportunities and new beginnings and fresh starts, and the archway is symbolic of, well, some people can look at it as the cave, the cavern, but I also look at it as being very supported in what is happening because the curved area is a representation of strength in architecture. My interpretation, a good deal of that, although there is some other supporting material around that. But for some reason, I am innocent is important to remember, so that you release guilt and the blame that you put on yourself for certain things that may have happened to you or by you. And remember that everything serves a purpose. It's part of your strength to, back to the first card, to release the heaviness and come to a new crossroad, not crosswords, crossroad in your journey with an innocent heart, fresh beginnings. Okay, so that's important. Our third deck is Mystic Magic, which is the deck for action and awareness. Action and awareness is a component of the masculine, the sacred masculine, our components of the sacred masculine. And that is the reason that this deck was named Action and Awareness, because it is the sacred masculine deck. It has 11 archetypes, and each archetype has 4 cards. So there's, again, 40. Okay, we're going to pick the one that just jumped, as is my habit. And the card is I Am Rising. So the action element of this is that we need to raise above the things that made us feel heavy in the past. Like, again, connecting to the I Am Innocent card, where it is speaking about releasing things that weigh you down. So I Am Rising has a phoenix element in the card, and it is a hero card, and there are 4 hero cards in the deck, but this one here is the fire, or the south energy. And fire goes back to being passionate about the task at hand. In this particular case, I'm getting, so if I'm speaking about a task, I'll go back to the first card, because you're strong enough. And the second card, you can release the things that have kept you held back and rise from the ashes like the phoenix does, and be ready to take action in your own story as the hero does. So that is your element of the action and awareness card. Our 4th card will be pulled from the I Am. Just went blank here. So it is the I Am. Sorry. I just noticed that somebody's trying to call and I'm recording on my phone, so it threw me off a little bit. So this is the Mystic Commitment deck, the Purpose and Alignment deck. It is still evolving. I know that the writing for the guidebook on this one has been delayed, but I feel that it's closer than I've been with it. We've had this card before, I think. I Am Authentic, or it came up recently in a reading, so it's very fresh in my mind. And there's another archway, by the way, if you take a look here in the gate in behind. So this is, again, new opportunities. So this whole reading seems to be revolving around stepping into new beginnings, new opportunities, rising from the ashes. There's doorways, refreshing your outlook by being looking at it through innocent eyes. And also, too, this card being I am authentic is a reminder to be true to yourself, follow your heart. But the message at the top does say, be true to yourself. When we are acting from an authentic point of view and standing in our own authenticity, we can be a lot stronger because that we can support us in such a way that offers more strength. When we are in authenticity, we're also standing in fresh innocence as well. So the 4 cards, once again, are I am strength, and I am innocent, number 7, for those of you who want to look that up. The hero card for I am rising, Phoenix rising out of the ashes. I am authentic from the Mystic Commitment deck, which is be true to yourself. I think the reading does speak about shifts and changes and being open to what comes up for you. Refresh your outlook and know that you are strong enough to come out of where you have been, find new beginnings, and stand in your truth and authenticity. So, thank you for joining me today, and I will look forward to speaking with you next week. Take care.